What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are on our way over to TI Dyno. What are you doing?
I'm feeling tropical.
And if you haven't been watching my videos lately, me, Cousin Paul, and Cousin Fred have literally been buried in snow. We are headed over to the dyno to finally figure out how much horsepower that fobra motor I made actually makes on the dyno.
It's all around. I can't survive on my own. If a girl walks in and carves a name in my heart, I'll turn and run away.
Now remember, Dad's car is a speed density car. We got modifications on it that aren't supposed to really work with speed density. Stay tuned. We're gonna go out there and get it loaded in the snow. Unfortunately, I have to put it on the trailer in the snow. We're gonna put the cover on it, strap it, and get over the dyno. So wish us luck. This shit sucks.
Up to the front. That went on good, didn't it?
Yeah, the only spinning you had was a little
Just
bit
a
on
little
the
bit on the ramp, that's it.
Got my bougie like.
Need some of that skateboard grip tape on those muffs.
All right, so I didn't end up sliding at all, really. It doesn't really surprise me since we've driven in Ohio for so many years. You see how I was riding the crap out of that clutch. And once you glaze these tires over, you was done. It sucks because I got it nice and perfectly clean now. Ah. All right, we're about to head over to the dyno. We decided to go ahead and strap it down and put some straps around it to keep it from getting too dirty. But I gotta go grab some cleaning material because I spent a lot of time cleaning that the other day.
Catching your eyes, it's making you cry. Don't know what to do, don't know what to do. Looking for love, calling heaven above. Send me an angel. Send me an angel right now.
All right, so we got here to Craig and Automotive, the dyno shop. You know, one of many times that I've been here. We didn't manage to get too dirty. Got a little bit here on the front bumper, but that's easily cleaned up. We'll just fix that another time. But get it in the dyno, and I think what I'm deciding to do is, I was thinking about doing like a timing thing. Like we'll make a hit, see where the timing's at, and then we'll take some timing away, see if it gets any better. And then we'll add some timing, see if it gets any better. Because I think that'll be really cool. There's like a sweet spot around 13 or 14 degrees that I seem to always have the best of luck with. So stick around, get it off the trailer. I'll see you guys here in the dyno in a minute.
Send me an angel. Send me an angel right now. Right now. Empty dreams can only disappoint. The room behind your smile. But don't give up. Don't give up. You can be lucky love.
Good?
Right there.
Good? All right, so we ended up getting here in the dyno, which kind of surprised me because you see how much snow we got. I was 100% positive we were going to get stuck out there in that stupid rain. For those of you just joining the channel, though, this is Dad's 1988 Ford Mustang LX speed density car. This is pretty much a bone stock car, you know, that we started lightly modifying for over the last couple of years with the axle and the support axles and the torque box reinforcements, the subframes. Kind of worked our way forward. This is the fobra motor, like I told you guys earlier. This is the fobra motor that we built. It's got GT40P heads, stock bottom end with foot pistons, completely refreshed. Got a Cobra Cam in here, rockers, valves, GT40. We didn't do any porting. You know, we made, I think, like 225 horsepower NA before we messed with the supercharger and the nitrous last year, if you guys remember that playlist. If you want to check that playlist out, right? We're going to strap down the dyno, and we're going to make a 12-degree hit, and we're going to see if the timing actually means anything. Like you know, adding timing, subtracting timing. We're going to see where the motor likes to make its peak horsepower, and basically just to see how much more horsepower we can make on a GT40 top end versus what it was stock. Let's get it strapped down and we'll get busy, and then we'll talk after. We had to do a couple of runs real quick to get the water out of the exhaust so it didn't blow the AFR. And so here we go with hit one. Look at that AFR, dude. For being speed density, it's like 14 now. It's not terrible. So we started getting, go ahead and say it.
Start getting fat right there. Right at 4,500. Start getting fat. 4,800. And then
So it made about 240, 260, which isn't terrible. It's about 20 more than what it made and naturally aspirated before, and all we did was change, we rebuilt the motor or whatever. We should see what type of timing we have.
you were 12.6
Okay.
at 4,600, and then it started dropping.
So it actually went fat.
It went.
So this would definitely benefit from
Yeah.
like having some sort of tunability.
Right.
I mean, we could probably tune 20 or 30 horsepower into this thing easy. Or at least the mass air. So we're gonna mess with the timing at least and see where it's at. And then, like I said, you know, if it was gonna make 240 or 250, I was gonna be happy. I think anything above that, I would have been pretty impressed at that point. For speed density, okay? I'm gonna turn it down to 13. So right now we're at 15 degrees, and I did notice that it was starting a little bit harder or whatever, which kind of gives you a telltale sign it's got a little bit of a timing issue. So we're gonna bring it down, and we're gonna see if the car actually responds. You want to go 13 or 14? What happened?
Actually did better with less timing.
Did it? That's what I had thought. So maybe we could make a hit at 14 like we had talked about doing and see what it looks like right at 14 degrees and see which one would be the better, and we just turn it to that point. We know that that motor, you know, it definitely, I mean, look at this AFR, just goes right off a cliff. Like if we was able to actually tune some lean into that, that would continue to grow right here, I would imagine. We'd make 260 or 270 on it, I think. All right, let's make a third hit. We're gonna go to 14 degrees. So here's the difference. It made about 290 torque on 14 degrees, and it peaked out at about 245. Yes. Before the dust. I do think that this car could make an easy 270, 280 wheel, just like my dad's or that other blue car that I had on here years ago. Pretty easily with some tuning. I could probably make 275 wheel, add another 25 or 30 horsepower, because again, the speed density system only dumps so much fuel. It only does so much, and it actually was running pig rich. You know, it was in the 1090 range, just over 5,000, 5,400 RPM. So that's just because it's, you know, it's trying to, you know, it's dumping fuel. With a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of tuning, I bet you this car could make 275 wheel naturally aspirated with this combo. And if even with the mass air or what have you, it probably would make probably another 15 horsepower. Can't adjust a lot of fuel right now, so. Anyway. All right, guys, so we finally made it back here from the dyno, and let me tell you what, it is snowy in Ohio, but and we're not here to talk about that. So the dyno, like you see it, it's just a tool for, you know, dialing your Foxbody. And we, you know, I thought it was pretty cool that we went from 15 degrees to 13 degrees to 14 degrees. You can see there was a little bit, but you know, as far as the horsepower is concerned, I'm not real strung out on the horsepower thing, because you got to think it's not a mass air car, it's a speed density car, and it's got head, it's got intake, hell, it's even got the Cobra Cam in it, so it's not going to act exactly the way I want it to act as far as the, you know, the horsepower is concerned. But I mean, I expected to make 265, 270, because we did make 285 wheel, a similar setup with an E-cam. We got some plans for the dad's car, keeping it speed density. We got some plans, so make sure you guys check out that next video coming up. You guys will be surprised, I'm pretty sure. We also have some other plans in case we do need to switch it to start tuning it. And just stay tuned, guys. I mean, we're doing some cool stuff to dad's car while the snow's here and while it's here in the shop. And yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. There's a join button below and a merch shelf if you guys want to give something back to the channel. But outside that, guys, I just appreciate you watching the channel. Keep your eyes out, keep your ears open. We got some cool stuff over here on the other side of the car. You're gonna want to see in the next video.